My name's Colleen Cameron. I work for the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland as a mentor and visiting lecturer. To start off with, I wanted to talk a bit about the environment in Scotland. And Scotland is a country that generates a lot of new theatre work. There are several theatres that are dedicated to commissioning, creating, producing, developing new work. There's the Traverse Theatre in Edinburgh, the Tron in Glasgow. There are theatre companies like Vanishing Point, Stellar Quines, Birds of Paradise. In 2006, the National Theatre of Scotland was created as a theatre without walls, so that it could really live up to the name of being a national theatre. And it's a company that has a strong ethos of developing accessible and diverse work. The Edinburgh International Festival was founded in 1947. It's gone on to become one of the most famous theatre festivals in the world and draws theatre companies from all over the world to perform. A lot of comedians have made their name there, but also a lot of actors who've become very big stars when they presented their own work, usually solo performances. The most recent performer I can think of is Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who created a solo show called Fleabag. The students at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland are very aware that Scotland is a country that enjoys and goes to see new work. In the audition process, students are asked what kind of work they would be interested in creating. In their second year of studies, the RCS students have a module called New Work, in which they're introduced to many new plays, both written and also the productions of them. So they study both the texts and the shows themselves. They're also encouraged to talk about pieces of theatre that they've read or been to see. Later on in the year, in the New Works module, the students are asked to create a piece of visual or physical theatre. This is developed with the movement teachers of the school who are trained in Lecoq theatre practice. This project is called Enquête. And sometimes it stays as it is, and other times it's developed further within the year. It depends on the project. Later in the same year, the students develop and create their own solo shows. These are mentored by professional theatre makers and writers, and then the students perform this in front of their cohort and their teachers. Some of these performances that are presented go on to be part of the New Works festival called Off Kilter Festival. I've produced Off Kilter Festival for the last 3 years, and it's one of the most exciting parts of the students' time at RCS. It's a really exciting part of the course, but also very challenging for the students who have to create these standalone pieces in a matter of weeks. Off Kilter is an event that takes place over 3 evenings in a completely different venue to the Conservatoire in Glasgow. It happens in a very small room above a bar. So it attracts a very different calibre of audience to people who would come and see shows at the Conservatoire. As well as creating their own work, the students are introduced to the skills that are required to put on a show in a festival environment. There isn't much technical support, so they have to do that for themselves, and they often help each other. Many students actually find this process to be one of the highlights of their training. Even if they start out thinking, gosh, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to make theatre, I don't know what I want to say, they always end up, in the feedback saying this was one of the best experiences. And that's mainly because they've had the chance to put everything that they've learnt in the first year and a half into practice. This year in Off Kilter Festival, we sent forward one of the pieces called Limbus, which was a multilingual show in Punjabi, in Spanish and in English, and was it was a visual piece of theatre, very physical. We put that forward for a Spoleto Theatre Festival, and they won joint second prize. The training on the BA acting course at RCS really encourages its graduates to have a portfolio career. There are many students who have graduated as actors who have gone on to become directors, casting directors, producers, writers. One of the most recent graduates has gone on to become an award-winning playwright whilst still maintaining her acting career. Her name's Megan Tyler. She's come back several times to mentor the students in solo works, And so there's a really refreshing thing within RCS where students who have recently graduated come back and share their knowledge on their experience outside of RCS in the industry.